Hey, what's up everybody? It's Ben Rama here with another Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. For this one we're doing something a little bit different. We're looking at the current Elite Collection for Phyrexia All Will Be One, and specifically whether or not any of the cards in here are worth chasing, or if you should wait for the next rotation to spend your pink crystals. So let's get right into it. The first card in the pack is Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. This is a chase card, I think, right off the bat. I reached out to some people in my Discord group for some added perspective, so it's not just my opinion on this. GozMaster said that while he doesn't have this card, he's really looking forward to getting this card. So yeah, the +3/+3 buff for your creatures is going to be devastating in token generation decks like Muriel or Ovika, but similarly your opponent will be punished for trying the same shenanigans with the -3/-3 debuff, which will be quite devastating against the certain planeswalkers specifically. So yeah, this is definitely a chase card. Not too expensive. Yeah, in the right build, absolutely mint. Love it. Zuri Claw of Progress is a 3/3 Phyrexian Elf Warrior for 10. Not too expensive. His ability where if a creature enters the battlefield under your control or is reinforced, you get oil counter 1 for each of those, and then at the beginning of combat you can give a creature +X/+X buff based on how many oil counters this guy has. So you know, if you build in around a token generation deck, the buff can be pretty big. Maybe not the most chase card in the set or this rotation of elite packs, but I see Azuri as being a fun card to play with. Mainloop mentioned that he would definitely like to play around with this card, so maybe we can see a highlight video in the future. But in the meantime, yeah, oil counters are pretty cool if you know how to exploit them, and this one's pretty straightforward. So yeah, I like Azuri quite a bit. Glacian Power Stone Engineer. This 3/6 legendary human artificer for 14. Yeah, this is a chase card right here, folks. I think especially if you pair it with the right planeswalker and the right build, this guy's ability is off the chains. When you match an artifact support gem, like a Power Stone token, you increase his level by 3, and at the end of your turn, if it's 12 or more, that level, you get a card, you get to pick one of the first 4 cards, and that gains X mana, which is the level of the card. But if not, if it's like 3 or 6 or 9, then you're going to get that many Power Stone tokens. This thing is going to generate a ton of those. I can see this being really gross with Rebek, Mondrak, the Dominus, White Dominus. I know that GozMaster mentioned that he would like to get this card. Yeah, another one that's going to be great in a combo, but on its own, Glacian Power Stone Engineer, definitely chase. Glistening Oil is a black spell for 6. It's a aura. When it's returned from your graveyard to your hand, it gains full mana. That will make sense in a second. So target creature gains Toxic 3. Yeah, gross. It gains Enchanted at the beginning of your turn. It gets a -1/-1 debuff, and then when the creature dies, the first card called Glistening Oil in your graveyard goes to your hand, meaning it gets full mana. This is a reusable spell. You know, obviously, if you pull multiple in a, you can cast multiple in a turn, and just this is shenanigans all over. I know Mainloop mentioned he'd like to get his hands on this. Put it on double strike creatures. Yeah, Glistening Oil is probably the most powerful card in this rotation. Definitely chase. Doesn't really require a whole lot to make it great, except for a creature. So yeah, I mean it's awesome. Hellkite Igniter is a card that I think was a little bit overlooked in favor of some of the newer, more novel cards with new abilities and stuff like Toxic, but straight up, this guy is awesome just for his ability to convert 5 to red if you're choosing to play artifact light deck, or it does reward you for playing artifact heavy decks by giving him a really good buff whenever you match red gems. So this guy is a win-win. Maybe not the most exciting card, but just I really like him for the ability to convert 5 to red, because I don't think we have a lot of good conversion in red right now. But yeah, he'll be really great to get. I can't wait to pull Hellkite Igniter. I know Mainloop mentioned that he would like to get this one as well, so maybe we can see a highlight video on this one before too long. And yeah, extremely powerful card, very chase. Traxa Grand Unifier is a really, really good mythic. Tons of evergreens, lifelink, death touch, flying, vigilance. It's mythic. 4-color, white, blue, black, green. A bit expensive to get out, but with some shenanigans, you can really exploit this card due to the fact that it can fetch a spell, creature, and support, and those all gain half their mana. This card has shenanigans written all over it. This one's very universally liked for anyone who has it or hasn't picked it up yet, but can see the potential. This will be really fun to run. Just for fun, because it's a beast, and yeah, it'll do a lot of different things depending on how you build your deck. So yeah, super versatile, will win you games for sure. Attracts a Grand Unifier. Yeah, I think this one's a chase card, and yeah, you'll do well with her. Drivnod Carnage Dominus is the black Dominus creature. He has the gimmick where if a creature loses reinforcement on your side for the first time, you can have it lose another reinforcement in exchange to give another creature reinforcement itself. So if you have like little tokens or something like that, you can trade off little 1/1 reinforcements to buff this guy up. And then if you have 3 or more creatures in your graveyard, when you activate one of the blacks, it'll prevent damage. So not the best. I have it. I've tested it out. There's definitely cards that are much better than this at rare and uncommon rarity. If you pick this up, I'm sure you'll be able to find use for it, but this one's passable, I think. The other Dominus cards are much more interesting, in my opinion, so yeah. Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Yeah, this is one that I know, I think GozMaster said he has, but I haven't really seen in action, so I'll be really interested to see how the creature part of this works. I can see the support gimmick working extremely well with the right build, where it'll just like double up everything that you have. It's one of those cards that I'll have to see in action to see how good it really is. So I really don't know if this is a chase card or not. I think in the right build, it will be really fun and powerful. But the verdict's not. So the jury's out on this one so far. I hope that maybe we can see some footage of her in action so we can get a better idea. But yeah, this one looks really cool. I can see this one being pretty fun, but we'll see. The time will tell. Monument to Perfection is a card that a few people have picked up already. It's one of those cards that I think there's maybe a little bit of confusion around. I was myself confused about the otherwise it loses a reinforcement. I thought it had to reinforce, or rather it lost a shield value, which means it would take quite a while to trigger. But if you meet the land threshold and it's only reinforced one time, yeah, you'll get that 9/9 Phyrexian prevent damage toxin token, I think, pretty easily. I have this card, and I will test it out to let you know. I don't think this is a chase card, but I think there are worse mythics in the set, despite what people may think. It's not quite bottom of the barrel, but yeah, there are much better cards, but Monument to Perfection could be fun, but is a far from perfect card, in my opinion. Tyrannix Rex is a card that I just picked up. I know GozMaster mentioned that he picked this one up as well. Yeah, this one's very straightforward. It's a big beastie 8/8 with trample and toxic 4. So yeah, you're going to deal some damage and some toxic, even if they have a blocker, it being 8/8 with trample. Yeah, in a Brocan deck, this is going to be a really sick card. I can see this definitely winning you some games. There's really not a whole lot to say about this one, besides big green beastie is big and will beat the crap out of your opponent. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's a chase card. If you like big, huge green creatures, then yeah, absolutely. It's a Phyrexian dinosaur, super cool. It'll fit in dinosaur themed decks. Yeah, really good card, but maybe not chase, but really good nonetheless. Um, so this elite pack here definitely has its chase cards. If you play any of those play styles that I mentioned would benefit from these cards, then I highly suggest you try to pull them. If not, wait for the next packs. There are some really great proliferate cards coming up in the next rotation. And in the one after that, you have Jin Gataxias and Sleeper Agent and cards like that, Decimator Web. So, yeah, this set has the benefit of not really having any bad cards in it. Um, at all rarities, I think this is one of the strongest sets we've had in a while. And especially the Masterpiece and Mythic scene is pretty powerful. So you can't really go wrong. But yeah, if you decide to pull on this set, I hope you get something good, and I hope you enjoy the video. See you in the next one. Peace.